Hello, lovely Book of Faces. Good morning. I hope you're all well on this lovely Thursday morning. I just wanted to do a bit of an impromptu Facebook Live because I have, as some of you know, I'm doing the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan, and I actually have a private Facebook group where I'm guiding people through that plan. And we have about 190 people on the plan with me at the moment. And we're doing really well. There's lots and lots of people that are either between 3 days and 3 weeks into the plan. And one of the things I've really noticed, looking through the comments on the private Facebook page, whether they're 3 weeks or 3 months, 3 days or 3 weeks, not 3 months, it's only 30 days, 3 days or 3 weeks into the plan, we're getting lots of people that are talking about willpower. So we're getting comments, and I'm getting lots of messages saying, "Oh, my willpower's really waning. You know, that's my problem." And I really wanted to explain something about willpower that I don't know if everybody knows. So it's a secret that I give away in my book. And oh, Jenny Marshall, hello darling, thank you very much. It's a secret that I give away in my book that's coming out in the spring, and but I really think that if my book's out in the spring, now is the time that people really need to know about what's behind willpower, because it's January, people are doing all of their New Year's resolutions, lots of people are trying to quit certain things. So over on our 30 days page, we've got people that are quitting added sugar for 30 days, gluten, wheat, dairy, and it's the same thing over and over again. I'm lacking willpower. So, and the other thing that made me want to do this is last night I caught up on ITV's programme The Sugar Farm, and I watched them all coming off of added sugar, and they've got all of these detox symptoms and headaches and withdrawals, and it is almost like they are coming off a drug. And I honestly do believe that sugar is a modern day drug. I think it's the new tobacco, and that's something else that I mentioned in the book. So I'm going to share with you the real reason that you may be struggling 3 weeks into January. Well, we're now coming up to 3 weeks. The real reason that you might be struggling with trying to keep up with quitting whatever you are trying to quit, whether that even be sugar, salt, fat, eating better. So I'm going to tell you what this is about. So I've got some notes here, so I'm looking in this direction. I've got lots to say. So hopefully after this quick Facebook Live, we can turn some of that failure and guilt that you might be feeling into forgiveness and understanding. Because let me tell you something, you are not struggling with your willpower, you are victims of the food industry. So let me tell you this. There is a part of your brain called the hypothalamus, and this is often referred to as the appestat, which is your appetite thermostat, and it regulates appetite, satiety, tells you when you are full. Have you ever wondered why Pringles comes up with the slogan, "Once you pop, you can't stop"? Do you think that they just made that slogan and then thought, "I really hope people like our product and just keep eating it"? No. Like any business owner will tell you, whether they're in the food industry or not, they will do research into how they can increase profits and get people to buy more of their product. In the food industry, what people are doing is, what these big food giants are doing is they are researching how that hypothalamus works and how that appestat works. And what they have realised is that sugar, fat and salt actually don't respond very well to the appestat. So they researched something called the bliss point, and the bliss point is the part of the when the hypothalamus, the appestat, actually goes, "Oh, that is so good, I want more." So it's not even just to make people like out their products, it's to make people crave their products. It's to make people yes, I agree, Pringles is also full of MSG, but they're full of sugar and salt, and that's the bit that the appestat doesn't really respond to. So unless you're eating something with sugar and salt and nutrients, then the appestat's not going to respond to it. When there's no nutrients, the appestat is just basically going, give me more, I'm looking for the nutrients, I need more. And that's why Pringles are pretty much going to guarantee, because they have spent millions and millions of pounds researching exactly how much you're going to eat, and they know that they have created a bliss point, so you're just going to keep going. And I'm picking on Pringles, but you know, Cadbury's, McDonald's, I'm talking to all of you guys as well. We know that we're your victims. There's a fantastic book on this if you want to research more, and it's called Beating the Food Giants by Paul Stitt. But there's going to be an even better book that's out in the spring. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but it's by Jacqueline Dunn, so wait for that one. So yeah, you're victims of the food industry. And I think that what happens is we don't understand the amount of research that goes into what's going on in our brain. We don't actually know that these big companies are spending millions and millions of pounds on making us eat more, want more, crave more, binge more, and it's all profit driven. They've got very little regard for how it's going to affect our health. And I know that the government are now starting to be a bit frightened about the amount of sugar that's in things, and so they should. You know, NHS guidelines says that we shouldn't have any more than 30 grams of sugar a day. There's 35 grams in a can of Coke. So why is there even products on the market that go over the NHS guidelines? Come on, government. You know, you're meant to be stepping up to the plate here. This is a profit-driven industry, and it shouldn't. It should be a health-driven industry. So I really, really don't want you to feel like you're failing week 3, coming up to week 3 of January. You're failing. You feel guilty. I've got no willpower. I'm rubbish at this stuff. It's not you. It's absolutely not you. You are being researched and you are being played like a food industry pawn. Basically, food industry is the drug dealers, and sugar, fat and salt are the modern day drugs. So step out of that, come away from that. You can break the perpetual sugar cycle, you absolutely can. And what happens is, what we're finding on our 30 Days to Healthy Living page at the moment, you kind of get these 3 days in and people, oh, my headaches are horrendous, I feel terrible. But you get past that. It's only if it literally lasts for a couple of days at the most. You get past it, and then you're breaking your perpetual sugar cycle. You're starting to reset your apostat, and there's been plenty of research into resetting your apostat and making that hypothalamus part of the brain respond better. Also, when you are eating foods and you're choosing foods that are clean and healthy and wholesome and actually include nutrients, then that part of the brain's not going to go, where are the nutrients? Eat more, because there's nutrients there. So in my book, I do give lots of food swaps. So I give a whole list of what you can, say for example, sugary cereals you swap with porridge, you can have that one for free, but things you can add to the porridge to make it more of a macronutrient balanced meal, otherwise it is very high in carbs and it can spike blood sugar levels. So there's lots of tricks around this, and I share them on my 30 Days to Healthy Living page quite a lot. As I said, they will be in the book. I don't want to give everything away, but I just think it's really important, because I'm coming across so many people saying that they're really struggling with their willpower, and I think this time of year people need to understand why that is, and it's not a failure. Forgive yourself, be good to yourself, and understand. I've just got a couple of questions coming up, I'm just going to read them. Do you think this starts in early childhood? So Tim, first of all, I'll come back to that question because it's scrolling really quickly. Really need this info to keep on track with my 30 Days to Healthy Living plan. Thanks for the precious info. Looking forward to reading the book. You are more than welcome. I'm really glad it's helping you. So in terms of starting in childhood, I think I've done another Facebook Live with the gorgeous Kate Bentley on family nutrition, and we covered this kind of stuff about really trying to get some standards, if you like, with your children in terms of going forward, so that they start to really implement positive eating habits. So yes, it can start in childhood, and one thing I've noticed being a nutritionist with a 5 and 8 year old, had to think then, they're 5 and 8, since I got qualified as a nutritionist, their eating habits have really changed, because we have really slowly and gently tweaked how they eat. So I find that they are eating so much better now. And what we didn't do, which is one thing I would recommend, is we didn't go, right, you can't have any of that stuff now, we're not eating that, it's absolute rubbish. It was slowly really making positive changes and educating them as to why. So one of the things that I love to do, which I mentioned on the other Facebook Live, was I like to get in the kitchen, I like to make a cake with the girls, but we will take a standard recipe and I will say to them, how can we make this healthier? So we might take sugar out, refined sugar, and we might add in like dates or something instead because it's a naturally occurring sugar, or we might add a banana instead with some cinnamon. So it's just about educating them as to why we're making these changes. Okay, Jenny Marshall, my sugar addiction started as a kid when I'd sit and dip slices of apple into the sugar bowl. But Jenny, please know, and everyone please know, that this is a habit that you can break at any time. At any time you can make the decision that you're not going to be a victim of the food industry giants anymore. You don't have to be a victim of the food industry giants anymore. Please know that. And it's about making that decision to move forward and educate yourself, because there's lots of people like me that are just waiting to help you and educate you on making better choices. And it is just tiny little tweaks and swaps. And one thing that I really drum home in the book is it's healthy habits and daily disciplines that can make a really big difference. And I know that you feel that healthy habits and daily disciplines won't make a big difference and you have to change everything. Not the case. Not the case at all. Tiny tweaks. So somebody just said, can they pre-order the book? As soon as you can pre-order the book, I will let you know. But obviously you are all in my network and I will be relying on your support. So the minute the book is available to buy, you'll be the first people to know. So I don't think we've got any more questions coming in, but I really wanted to share with you that you are victims of the food industry. It's a tiny amount of willpower, and the rest is about the choices that you're making. You can absolutely change this. You can change this for the benefit of your health, to optimize your health for the future, for the benefit of your waistline, which I always say is a side effect of healthy eating, losing weight, and also for the benefit if you have children, the benefit of teaching your children how to live a healthier life, which means you are then putting them on a path to optimize their health in the future. So Laura Rigby, thank you. Everybody else, thank you. I hope you found it useful. Enjoy your Thursday, and I will speak to you all soon and drive you mad with another rambling Facebook Live. Take care, guys.